There's a truth most men don't want to face. A woman can sense weakness before you even speak. She doesn't need to hear your words. She reads your tone, your posture, your reactions. And when she senses that your confidence depends on her approval, something in her quietly switches off. Jack learned this the hard way. He wasn't a bad man, kind, loyal, honest, but deep down, he carried one silent habit that killed attraction. He needed to be liked. Every message, every favor, every compliment he gave came with an unspoken question. Do you still care about me? He didn't know that this question, silent but constant, was the very thing making her lose respect. Here's what most men don't realize. Weakness isn't about muscles or status or how many women chase you. It's about self-command. It's about whether your mood, your peace, your identity can be shaken by one person's attention or absence. Today, we're going to break down 4 subtle signs women instantly recognize as weakness, and more importantly, how to fix them through Stoic wisdom. Because when a woman senses these traits, she doesn't always leave right away. Sometimes she just pulls away slowly, until one day, you wake up and realize the connection died in silence. But the good news is this: once you understand these signs, you can rebuild from the inside out. This isn't about guilt, it's about growth. So take a breath, sit back, and let's begin. Sign 1. Seeking constant validation. Jack used to think love meant constant reassurance. He'd send a text every morning. Good morning, hope you slept well. If she didn't reply fast enough, he'd check his phone every few minutes, wondering what he did wrong. He didn't realize that his real message wasn't those words. It was, please remind me that I matter. Women feel that energy instantly. They can tell when your confidence depends on their reaction. At first, it feels flattering, but over time, it becomes heavy. It turns attraction into obligation. The Stoics warned us about this kind of dependence. Epictetus said, wanting others to like you makes you their slave. And that's exactly what happens. You give away your peace, one text, one compliment, one anxious thought at a time. A confident man doesn't chase validation, he creates it from within. That doesn't mean you become cold or indifferent. It means you stop outsourcing your self-worth. You stop needing constant proof that you're enough. When Jack finally realized this, he did something simple but powerful. He stopped texting just to get a reply. He reached out when he had something real to say. And you know what happened? The silence stopped feeling like rejection. It started feeling like freedom. Because the truth is, when you stop begging to be seen, you become magnetic. A woman respects the man who doesn't need her to validate him, but chooses her from a place of calm confidence. That's the first step to strength, not control, not dominance. Just quiet certainty, the kind that makes her feel safe, not needed. Sign 2. Emotional volatility. There was a time when Jack felt everything too strongly. A delayed reply made him anxious. A short text made him angry. A disagreement made him spiral into self-doubt. He thought being emotional meant being honest, but to her it felt like walking on glass. When a man's emotions swing from calm to chaos, it doesn't show passion. It shows instability. And women, whether they admit it or not, look for safety, not storms. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That's the essence of Stoic love. Not suppressing emotion, but mastering your response to it. When you explode, withdraw, or sulk, you're telling her one thing: my mood depends on you. And no woman feels secure with that kind of pressure. Jack learned this the hard way. He'd get jealous when she laughed at another guy's joke. He'd take every delay, every sigh, personally. But one day he caught himself before reacting. He took a breath. He observed the emotion without obeying it. And in that pause, something changed. He regained control. That pause is where strength lives. It's what separates boys from men. Reaction from response, noise from presence. The Stoics practiced this daily. seeing emotions as waves, not orders. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to stand still while they crash. Women don't fall for the loudest man in the room. They fall for the one who stays calm when everything else trembles. Because calmness isn't the absence of feeling, it's the presence of mastery. Sign 3, lack of purpose. When Jack finally calmed his emotions, something deeper surfaced, a quiet emptiness. He realized that much of his energy went into chasing approval, but almost none went into building direction. He woke up each day reacting to life instead of leading it. Work felt dull. His goals were vague. His routines had no fire. And deep down he wondered why women never truly trusted his energy. Here's the truth. A man without purpose doesn't attract. He drifts. And women can sense that drift long before you do. They don't just see your habits, they feel the lack of mission behind your words. Because purpose, not charm, is what makes a man magnetic. Stoicism calls this living according to nature, fulfilling your potential through daily discipline and service. Marcus Aurelius didn't talk about love or wealth, he talked about duty. Every morning he reminded himself, you were born to act, not to waste time. Jack took that to heart. He stopped waiting for motivation. He started small, morning workouts, writing down goals, showing up consistently. Each day his posture changed, his voice steadied, and his eyes had direction again. And something unexpected happened. The same woman who once overlooked him began to pay attention, not because he tried harder, but because he had become centered, anchored in something bigger than her. Purpose doesn't make you untouchable, it makes you unshakable. A man with purpose doesn't chase validation, he invites respect. Sign 4. Over-apologizing and shrinking. By the time Jack found his purpose, he also found his voice. And that's when he noticed how often he used to shrink in silence. He said sorry for things that weren't his fault. He softened his opinions so no one would feel uncomfortable. He avoided conflict at all costs, thinking that peace meant never disturbing anyone. But what he didn't realize was that every unnecessary apology chipped away at his presence. Each sorry was like whispering to the world, I don't believe I deserve space. And women sense that immediately. When you apologize for existing, you train people to treat you as optional. Being a stoic man doesn't mean being loud or dominant. It means standing calmly in truth. Epictetus said, if you wish to be good, first believe you are. That belief starts with self-respect, not approval. So when Jack felt the urge to say I'm sorry just to keep someone happy, he replaced it with stillness. He breathed, paused, and spoke clearly instead. Here's what I think. Here's what I need. And something shifted. The world didn't collapse. People listened. Even disagreement felt cleaner because it was honest. Confidence isn't about never yielding. It's about knowing when to stand firm. The man who apologizes for everything ends up apologizing for being himself. But the man who owns his truth, even quietly, becomes someone others respect instinctively. Jack learned that peace isn't found in avoiding conflict. It's found in integrity. And when a man carries that kind of peace, he doesn't need to demand respect. He embodies it. Conclusion. Real strength is self-mastery. By the end of his journey, Jack realized something most men never do. He didn't need to earn respect from others. He needed to remember it within himself. He stopped trying to prove, to please, to perform. He spoke less, listened more, and when he did speak, his words carried weight. He didn't chase validation. He radiated presence. And in that quiet shift, people, especially women, felt it. True strength isn't about domination or showing no emotion. It's about emotional command, knowing when to speak, when to stay silent, and when to walk away without bitterness. That's what Stoicism has always taught. You can't control how others see you, but you can always control how you show up. Jack didn't transform to impress anyone. He did it because self-respect demanded it. And when a man lives by that principle, everything changes. His posture, his energy, his peace. He becomes the man people trust, follow, and desire, not because he seeks attention, but because he no longer needs it. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." So ask yourself, which of these 4 signs have you seen in yourself? And more importantly, are you ready to outgrow them? Thank you for watching Stoic Wisdom Today. If this message resonated with you, hit the like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe to Stoic Wisdom Today, where ancient philosophy meets the modern man's journey. Because in the end, the goal isn't to be perfect, it's to be present. Until next time, stay calm, stay grounded, stay stoic.